Hello, Tim here. Welcome to my channel. So today's episode, I'm going to talk about a draw knife and sharpening it. Now, sometimes as a wood carver, you need a bigger tool to work your piece down to manageable size. And that's why it's important to sharpen your draw knife. Now, this draw knife I found in an antique store just as it is. This one, Marple's brand, I bought years ago and I've kept it sharp. And I'm going to show you the steps I go through to sharpen and we'll work on this one and get it up to working condition. To start out with, I'm going to take this block of wood, and you can do a little bit with it, but you have to work a lot harder and it's not as safe. Let's move my bench around too. It's not as safe to work with a dull tool. So let's get it sharpened. I'm going to be using 3 different stones. These are oil stones. So let's get started. But to start out with, I got a mineral oil, and there's another technique using diamond stones that are water based and all that. But I'm going to show you the one I use the most, and that's just the mineral oil. This is a Norton two-sided India and coarse carborundum. And I think because I got nicks in here and it's never been sharpened before, I'm going to start with the coarse side, then go to the India side. This is a natural stone. This is a soft Arkansas stone. I got this one at Cabela's. A little pouch there, which is kind of nice. This is an antique one for belonged to my grandfather. It's a razor strop. It's like a more of a hard Arkansas. Puts a finer edge on. We don't need to go to anything that's stropping like you would for a whittling knife or carving. You don't want it too sharp, because making it too sharp could make it the edge vulnerable to breaking off. So I slather mineral oil on, which keeps the stone clean, or kind of keeps the particles from getting stuck in there. Now I just lay this so it's off the edge of your bench or table or something like that. So I'm holding it. You can see it's starting to shine up a little bit. Getting a little bit of burr over some of it. I'm going to go to the back side, and you can see tool marks from the maker, and those like little serrations, almost looks like a filled in comb or something like that. Those need to be buffed out, and I don't know how much I'm going to work on this to get that out, because it's for example on this one you don't see any of that, and it's been honed or sharpened out. So this might take a lot of work here. Yeah, this is really bad as far as having to cut a lot of metal down to get to the edge. Now you can see on the stone here, it's been hollowed out over the years, so I'm really only hitting on the edges there, which kind of doesn't give me enough surface, but that's what I got. All right, check this out. I'm wiping off the excess oil. You can see I got down to to the edge there. But it's like a comb. It's really rough. So I'm not getting this down here too much. This is kind of, from here to here is kind of your business end, but sometimes you need to get the corners and see how the corners kind of go up a little bit. Same with my other knife. Okay, let's wipe this off and see what we got. A little bit coming to the edge here, but I'm going to buff it out just a little bit with finer edge stones and just leave it. Over time, when you keep sharpening, all that'll come out, but I don't think that's too bad. I feel a little roughness there, but we're going to continue on because for this purpose it'll work fine. And like I said earlier, you don't want it too sharp, or you can, it's not like a razor, make the edge too vulnerable. But this will take it next level. We've got 2 more stones to go. And it's only a couple areas that the serrations come right down to the edge. Not really too much. Now I'll go on this side. And I'm going to hold the draw knife like this to get a better approach to it. I'm using the India side right now. Now I'm going to go to the soft Arkansas or Washita stone, I think it's called. It's a little finer than that. You can kind of tell it doesn't make as much scratchy sound when I'm using this one because it's a finer grit. Now in there, in between the edge and the back, that's not polished there. I don't have to worry about that because I'm only worried about the business end. So I don't need to have the whole thing polished. Just the edge. Now we'll turn it around. I would like to get the serrations out, but it's not going to really impede anything. And it'll take more time than I want to put on it right now. So wipe off the oil. You can see it's hollow ground, so you can see it polished here and polished there. And I've got a clean line along the edge there, so I'm happy with that. And this is the final stone I'm going to use. Then we'll give it a test. One thing I like about having a thicker stone rather than like those really thin diamond cards is that you got something more to hang on to, so you kind of keep your hand away from the edge. You don't want to slice your fingers up on the edge. All right, well, first time it's had an edge on it. Let's see how it works. All right. Oh yeah, much. Still my bench moves. Now I look for tracks in the wood. I don't see any like I did the first time. And that's it. So from what it was to what it is now, it's polished up pretty good. So keep your tools sharp. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you would and give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.